So let's look at our supports sub-practice. So at a level 0, this looks like you're not seeing any clear evidence of any sort of pedagogical instructional practices that the teacher is using to scaffold this type of collaboration that we want to see up here. At a level 1, you would see the teacher implementing like sort of unsophisticated or really loose kind of momentary one-off type of instructional supports and scaffolding. And so I think this really makes more sense when you compare it with a 2. So to get to a 2, you need to see the teacher providing norms, grouping structures, modeling, or resources to support students in this engaging in collaborative inquiry. And the teachers also encouraging and helping students leverage these supports to collaborate with others. So not only is the teacher providing kind of routines or structures or scaffolds, they're really showing and explaining how students can use those scaffolds to access this collaborative inquiry, right? Where we're thinking about English language development practices, we're thinking about discipline-specific language and disciplinary practices. So the teachers really engaging the students with using these supports towards those ends. And when needed, the teacher uses translanguaging moves to leverage students' own language varieties. So with 2, we're seeing a couple levels of things. So if you might see the teacher making pretty solid, extensive use of elbow partners, for example, or group roles or something like that. But the teacher isn't really explaining to the students how using or helping the students use these practices towards these particular disciplinary ends, then you know you're still at a 1. If you don't see the teacher using any kind of translanguaging moves, then you know you're still at a level 1. Okay, so you're doing a lot of data collection, right, or evidence collection to get points on all these 3 in order to get evidence for a 2. And then once you're at a 2, you might start looking for this evidence of a 3, where the teacher is providing norms, grouping structures, modeling, or other resources. And the teacher is helping the students leverage those supports to collaborate with others. And the teacher uses strategic translanguaging moves for the goal of expanding how emergent bilinguals collaborate with others. So again, here's this focus on those ambidextrous players, those multilingual students. The teacher is really taking this opportunity, making opportunities and taking advantage of opportunities to expand multilingual students' literacies in their multiple languages. And there are some examples here. So this could look like collaborative presentation roles that are appropriately differentiated according to oracy and literacy, providing students with multilingual resources to use when conducting research projects, or groups giving each other feedback in any language on collaboration. Okay, so then you'd go back, you would look at your evidence that you have here, make a decision about which level is best represented in the data that you've collected based on the language and in the levels on how to differentiate between them, right? And give your scores.